Alrighty. Right. Um, while you're logging in, I'm going to give the recap. Group of you have set out from the Skyfire clan's winter grounds. They've been waylaid and trapped in this area, forced to overhunt and overfish it due to some curse or blight is probably the best word, of specters and spirits and undead forces haranguing them every evening. You did stay for an evening and aided in the defense of the clan. And you did discover that there were other things capable of mimicking speech of members of the clan, and that was being used to lead some people away, as if they thought they were helping only to be walking into the jowls of whatever creatures these were. You made a deal with Chief Frothy that should you be able to adequately stop these attacks on a more permanent basis, as opposed to helping to defend them for a single night, he would happily part with the symbol of his chiefdom, the heirloom of the clan, which the group of you recognize at this point in your careers as a Bodemall stone. Although Chief Frothy seems to be less aware of its identity in that. So you set out. You've decided to start with following a trail of a hunting party of 4 that had gone missing during the winter before a particularly harsh blizzard, hoping that maybe they had uncovered something and maybe that was the curse, the source of it. So off you went. You traveled south by southwest for better part of a day and a half, and came to a small canyon set into the foothills that would be approaching Thornridge Bluffs, the high cliffs to the south of the continent, upon which part of the Pinwood Forests resides. The canyon that you found was winding and narrow, not more than 50 to 100 feet in width in some places. And with the aid of the bloody pup smelling some things that none of you probably could have picked up on, you were able to seemingly track some scent of something to this canyon and a ruined castle therein, seemingly forgotten and lost time, abandoned for whatever purpose. Within the castle, there was a central well, and at the bottom of the well, as opposed to water or a rock surface, there was flickering light. You descended the well and came upon torches that illuminated for you as you approached them and then extinguished once they were no longer near to you. Some magical nature about them, some of which you recognize at this point as continual flames, with a twist on the enchantment. You descended a spiral natural cavern. One of you almost losing your footing and tumbling into the darkness below. Dunnan, you were able to at least land on the next level down, thankfully. But the group of you have finally reached the bottom of whatever this is. And let me move you guys to the map. You found a flame, flickering, purplish, blues, oranges. It seemed discontent by comparison to the others, and this was permanently lit. Siegfried, with Detect Magic up, you did determine that there was a evocation here, as you would expect for a magical flame, but there was also a undercurrent of necromancy running through whatever this was. You attempted to dispel it, just to be on the safe side, but were unsuccessful. And then as the thoughts are running through your head as to what the group might do, maybe Willem's going to take a look at it, you saw better than to risk any type of harm to your companions. You used your wild shape and burnt another third level spell to focus on the making sure that it got dispelled, and you were just barely successful in canceling out this spell. As the flame winked out of existence, from a small alcove came a voice. I was hoarse and weak, and stepping out from the alcove was the ethereal and semi-translucent form of an orc man. Maybe young adult, sort of wincing, trying bleary-eyed. He sheds a small bit of dim light around his form, and said, "Oh, who's there? Oh, have you come to rescue us? You finally found us." And this is where we're picking up today. So you came from just there.
Rescue you? I think it's a little too late for that.
You hear another voice, a woman, from over here on the left side of the map, through the little door, which is part of the wall there. You can see through the door, but there's an arc of the wall over top of it. There's a sort of a tunnel in the wall. But you hear a female voice sobbing. Don't speak like that. She wasn't gonna make it back. We didn't have a choice. And goes back to sobbing.
Did I just hear that or see something?
You heard that.
Siegfried
Okay,
will just speak out. I'm sorry, your chief sent us to help you. Tell us what happened.
You hear the
Who's
sobbing
Rosie?
continue. The gentleman behind you. Probably knew he would not forget us.
Why are you stuck here? What happened?
The blizzard has been raging. We've been unable to leave.
Do you know what's causing the blizzard?
It's winter. We couldn't get out. She was.
Winter is already over.
She was attacked. Oh, she wasn't able to walk.
Who is she?
You hear another voice. This one a little bit more masculine. Starting to laugh and cack from somewhere on the other side of this gap. Clearly not the female, but this sort of. She was a liability. Let herself get clipped by that owlbear. She wasn't gonna make it back in that blizzard. We were starving.
I will use a divine sense. Just to see if there is any undead in the vicinity.
There is. There is 3 sources of it. Also, this cavern is desecrated. You hear the voice continue. She wasn't making it back because she was going to die before even a short blizzard did her a favor. And the woman wails. No! We still shouldn't have done it. I didn't have a choice. We had to do it.
I turn around to the others. Get a strong sense of undead here. Something's very wrong. And do I get the sources from here?
Yeah.
Here? And here, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But we only see one of them, and he's like a ghost, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He strides forward a little bit more. We couldn't help it. There was no food. The blizzard was still what's going on for days. 10 days.
So you ate at the wounded.
She was dead anyway. He sort of twists and convulses for a moment. His form flickers and goes opaque. He sort of stumbles and falls on the ground onto all fours. It looks like he's experiencing almost like a seizure of some sort.
Be careful. Get ready. I think something's happening.
You see him drop to the ground, and his form slowly fades out of existence.
And
You hear the sounds of rushing wind up above you in the cavern. Even like the well way up above caught some type of gust. You don't really feel it, you just hear the sound up above.
That's not a good sign.
no. Is that the stair over there?
It is. That's the staircase.
Okay.
Make me a perception check. Any of you.
Okay.
Just to clarify, we came through here, right?
Yeah, you came down
Okay.
part of that path.
Sure. So, yeah,
Perfect.
just wanted to make sure.
That path, let me grab my measuring tool. That path sort of loops back around, and... Alright. Siegfried. So that's
I think
you still have advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, I have still advantage, and I
Yeah.
think I'm still in starry form too.
You are.
Yeah.
So, 19. You hear the sounds of, like a few rocks. Not quite like boulders, more like cobbles, like 3 to 6 inches in diameter, sort of just tumbling and falling down a rock face or something like that. Crash, crash, like, and it fades out of your earshot after that. There's some tumbling rocks. ALS you hear as well.
I just told Heliras there might be something behind us. Keep an eye out.
Of course.
But then I turned it down, and I think we should investigate these stairs.
Yeah, right. Was about to do that. Get closer to the staircase.
Okay. You hear the sobbing continuing from the one side, and then the coarse voice continues. Survival is not a game. I have to do what I have to do. Would have killed any of you too if I needed to.
That's the one that had the seizure?
No, that's that was the third voice.
Okay.
I'm gonna make my way to the other side of the wall.
Okay. Just to note, there's a tunnel through the wall here that you can use, or you can go around. The wall doesn't go all the way.
I'll just head around.
Okay, sounds good. Let me take a brief look at your token. All right. From where you are, you see a long piece of rock here that's just sort of exposed a little bit, as opposed to like the gravelly and dirt areas. But on the far side of it, you see an alcove here, and in incorporeal form of a sobbing orc woman, who has a number of hand axes sort of strung in a bandolier across her chest and on each of her hips. And then you can see sort of a very, very faint glow of what you suspect is the third voice up this way.
Okay.
Very, very faint glow, just you can barely make out. Shifting movement. That's about it.
Siegfried will just try to keep them talking while Aeolus is getting closer, but Siegfried will ask, so then what? You ate the wounded. Where did you go after that?
We had to wait out the blizzard. Snowing. It never abates. We're trapped here forever. Ferdy can't help us. She goes back to sobbing.
He can't help you, but you can help your tribe. Anything you saw, any detail, even if it's something inconsequential. What happened while you guys were stuck here?
Rowan! Rowan, where'd you go? He's gone. Just like her. No, we didn't hurt him. I will if needed. Eolus, you see the light of the woman fade out of existence. Her form is gone.
I am going to make my way towards the past light.
Sure. Go ahead and move. So.
I'll just it's just you and us now, old man. Last man standing.
And you said he was over here?
Yeah, I'm gonna adjust your token up to a different point. There you
Okay.
go. Right there, you see a little bit of an alcove just there, where his form is, and he's sort of just looking at you. And you can see now his form. He looks quite haggard, very, very gaunt. He wears nothing on his top at the moment. You can see it looks like he has sort of a cloak that he can probably put up and over his shoulders and torso, but is currently bare, and his ribs are exposed. His stomach is sunken in. Looks like he hasn't eaten in weeks. And there's a large necklace that he wears, and hanging from it are 3 different knives. Looks like types of hunting knives. And as you step into, say, you look tender. You can see he licks one of his tusks, and it's another orc man.
You know, contrary to belief, I'm actually really stringy. How about we help you out of here?
He takes 2 rushing steps forwards towards you, starting to pull one of the knives, and then fades out of existence. You hear the sounds of rushing wind, and it sounds like a waterfall crashing down. You all look up for a moment.
Oh,
I
I think we have to look upside.
need the group of you to roll into initiative, please.
Oh, boy.
Okay, Willem. How did Willem do? Willem did fantastic. Holy crap. Why does Willem have such a good initiative?
Willem has a crazy dexterity for some reason.
You
Hmm.
jam that far back.
Okay. Yeah, there. Let me move some things to the map layer. As you hear these sounds. It sounds like water sort of crashing and flooding into this cavern above you. Dunnan, you are. Let me confirm who's first. Okay, yeah. As you glance upwards, you see the form of this creature that was trying to steal people away from the Skyfire clan, as the temperature in the cavern drops immediately to this intense, sheer cold. And it's just slowly climbing down the wall from above you. You notice it, give the call out immediately. Willem is the first to act. Willem and Siegfried is on deck. Willem is going to start by just a nice safe grasp of the void, which is a dex save, which it gets a natural 20 on. So Willem, guys, and that'll be that. Siegfried, around to you.
Okay.
Here you are if you want to see the spell description.
Yeah, I always like reading the spells. Sorry.
No.
I always forget that's not one of the standard ones. I see
That was
Dunham.
really good damage too.
Yeah, Willem has done a lot of stuff with Grasp of the Void. I see Dunnan and is already squared up against one of them, so I'm gonna go help Aeolus. So I'm gonna run up here. Oh shit, there's two in this room. Okay. So that one's in range. I am just going to fire a guiding bolt at that one.
At left or right?
Left.
Left. Okay.
Further left, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Sorry, ruler tool out.
Oh, good. And you are currently in starry form, right?
Yep, I am glowing.
Okay, let me make sure I have you shedding some light.
Yeah.
Is it 10 and 10?
Yeah, I think it's 10 and 10. And, I'm using my starry map for the guiding bolt.
No.
Still have 3 charges of that.
Yep. Useful resource. Level 1 class feature. Get 3 more level 1 spells per day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice hit.
Yeah.
17 points of radiant damage. And that one is now glowing.
Yep.
As this one is just sort of burrowed up out of the ground, where the woman was seated. You've now highlighted its form.
Oh shit, these guys came out of the ground where the ghosts were. Okay. I did not realize that. Okay. That's good to know. But Siegfried's just gonna duck back into the archway.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, it is the creature's turn. That is the one approaching Dunnan. Now that it realizes it's been found out, you see it opens its mouth-like chest cavity, and just the sound of birds and animals chirping and chittering fill the air for a moment, as it then rushes down upon you. Dunnan. Claw. Ooh. 19 to hit you with the first one.
Yes.
Okay. And 17 for the second one.
Second misses.
Okay. Alright. So the 19 hits, that is 8 points of slashing and 4 points of cold. You reduce the slashing for Heavy Armor Master. So
it takes 10 cold. I don't know, because I have Armor of Agathis still on.
Nice. Okay. So it's 5 and 4, so you took 9 total.
I have still 1 left.
Oh, nice. Heavy Armor Master comes in clutch there then. Lets you get an extra 10 points of damage out later. Alright, that is let me double check. Yep, that is its
Does
full
it seem to
turn.
be affected by the cold?
No, it
Or is it just checking it off?
doesn't seem to mind it. But
Oh.
that brings us to Aeolus.
Alrighty. As a bonus action, am going to Blood Curse of the Binding, the one up top.
Ooh, that's a strength save.
Yes.
Okay. DC is. Oh wow. Okay.
15.
It has a great strength save, but it rolled a 3, so it fails with a 12.
All right, and I'm.
You see,
And
as
I'm
strong as this thing
fighting
is, it just sort of gets locked in place for a moment as it's trying to sort of climb out of the wall. And you're
How about-
amplifying. So it
How
lasts.
about you hold right there for a sec?
Alright, so that lasts a minute.
Yes.
Cool. We'll go with that. Okay. So that thing has, and its speed is 0, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then it saves at the end of each of its turns. Ooh, nice. Okay.
And then I'm going to make my way over to this one, and I'm going to try to hit it with my Great Spear.
Go for it. $20 does hit. That is 13 points of piercing damage. As it's sort of come up out of the space, it is no longer glowing, because you had advantage there thanks to Guiding Bolt. So you definitely hit though, and your spear pierces into it, and it's like stabbing your spear into like extremely dry rotted wood. It sort of just sinks in, and then as you twist to release your spear, as you yank it back, you always give like a little bit of a twist to just pry open whatever you've stuck it into. There's just the sound of almost like splintering wood, like a wet splinter, as you pull the spear back finally.
Oh boy. Let's go again. Hopefully.
17 also hits. Another 6 points. There we go.
And
Alright. That brings us to the one you approached. Alright. And it's going to sort of flail with its arms as you're trying to spear it. So 2 claw attacks at you. Whew. 16 and 16.
yes.
They both miss?
Yep.
Lucky. All right. It is going to spend some of its movement and approach towards Siegfried. But that is going to be it. And we come to Dunnan. Dunnan, you are starting the turn in the creature's aura. I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please. You are fine. You feel a hunger clawing at your stomach, but it's not impacting you quite yet.
I'll know your tricks already. And bonus action, spiritual weapon,
Ooh,
the
nice.
mug of ale appears.
Okay, go for the attack roll.
25 for 6.
Ah, there we go. Took us a moment to pop up for me. That is 6 points of damage. Definitely hits, and that is force damage,
And-
right?
Yes.
Nice.
And swing overhead with the basher and into its kneecaps. Or I don't know if it says knees.
It has
13 is
2
plus.
knees in each of its legs. Or it sort of bends forward and then backwards again.
God.
13 and 9 do
Oh.
not hit, though.
He curses into Warfish. That's it.
All right. And that will then bring us around
wait,
to the
I
bloody
will
pup.
I'll stand between it and Willem.
Okay.
Just circling around. So, can the bloody pup attack? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, so it is intelligent. It shares your initiative,
Hmm.
but unlike a mount, you don't need to like use one of your actions to command it. Because it is an
Okay.
intelligent creature. So you can use its stat block during turns as well. Keep in mind, while it is in combat, it can also be killed. Well, and removed,
Yeah.
and you would have to resummon it. But
Yeah.
alrighty. I think if you shift and double click on the bloody pup, it'll bring up the stat block for you. Does that work? Done.
Did we lose Marcus?
We might have.
Oh no.
I'll roll the bloody pup attack for now. For him. At advantage. 12 and 9. Really good damage too. Wow. Bloody pup does not make a bloody bite.
Find Steed is just one of my favorite spells.
Very good spell, yeah. Alright. Alright. And that'll bring us to the last creature, who is currently immobilized, thanks to Aeolus. At the end of its
Alright.
turn. Oh, good. Alright, fantastic. Try to make the strength save, DC 15. It is still trapped. 14. Okay. And that'll then bring us to Hellerast.
Okay, first thing Hellerast is going to do is, where did Aeolus go?
So Aeolus went through the gap where Siegfried is.
Okay, so if Hellerast steps to here, okay, good. So Hellerast is going to cast Spirit Guardians and make sure the whole party is exempt.
Okay. You can see the entire party.
Went to go see the entire party. Spirit of Guardians.
What do your Spirit Guardians look like?
They are Fae. I'm not sure. They're like.
You can describe however you want them to look.
Like a pack of bats.
Oh, I like it.
So that they can swoop and attack.
Oh, sweet. So as this swarm of silent, churning bats sort of start wisping through the area in a cacophony around you, that's your action, I believe, right?
Yes, that's my action. As a bonus action, I'm going to call Corin.
Okay, awesome. Pull out Corin.
And I've done my movement. That'll be my turn.
Okay, fantastic. You can pull the Corwin token out if you'd like, also.
Okay.
Come around to Willem. Willem will rush towards you and say, "Helly," and get to there. And he's gonna make a risky play. Does he have that meta magic? How much does this cost? Yeah, okay. So Willem will take the dash action to get to here. As he sort of squeezes past you, Siegfried. So that way he can see everything. And then he is going to use 2 sorcery points and quicken a perish.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Because he has to hit 3 creatures with it. So we'll use the one next to Dunnan as the first one. So that's a Dex save, which it fails, taking the 15 points of necrotic damage. Alright. The second and third have charisma saves. So 2 charisma saves. 1 failure and 1 success. So 1 failure. So the one that is currently trapped on the wall will be taking damage whenever the other one takes damage. So I'm going to add like the little radioactive symbol for that. So anytime you damage the one next to Aeolus, the other one takes damage. But it can repeat the saves.
And Willem takes 1d4, right? If I read correctly.
Why does Willem take 1d4?
Because it says the trickle of your own blood, you suffer
Oh.
1d4 necrotic
Oh.
damage.
Thank you. I need to adjust that spell. Slash roll 1d4.
Not to be a rules lawyer.
Oh no, it's good. Because
Not the only one that hurts myself.
because I should have had that automatically roll when the spell gets
I
clicked.
feel like we're all just collectively terrible influences on Willem.
1d4. Let's see if that parish rolls correctly now. Yeah, do I need a double bracket?
That is much better damage, though.
Yeah, he rolled really poor on damage. There we go. Okay, now it includes the dice roll up there. So, how much damage did he take? He took 3. And now he is concentrating on that. So that's his turn. And his dash action lets him get behind Hellerast as we come around to Siegfried.
I am just going to target this one with a produce flame. And pretty much I saw how fire was effective against them. Does a 17
That's the one of next to Aeolus, yeah. 17 hits.
or 12 fire damage?
12 fire damage. And the other one also takes damage, but it is necrotic.
Does the fire damage seem more effective on it like it was in the village?
Yeah, the initial target, yes. It did seem to take the additional
But only
on
the
top of
necrotic
it.
through to the second one. That makes sense.
The second one up here.
Oh yeah, that makes sense why Willem peeked out around the corner. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just going to step back towards Helly and kind of try and lure it into the spell.
Okay, awesome.
Actually, I'm gonna stay here so it doesn't attack Willem first. That's my turn.
Okay. That'll then bring us around to Dunnan's compatriot. Alright. Dunnan, it is going to attempt to claw you to start with. 18 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. That is 9 points of slashing, reduced to 6, and 4 points of cold. So 10 total. And you are grappled and now restrained as it lifts you off of the ground.
Not this again.
And it's going to pull you in towards its chest and try to take a bite out of you. 18 to hit you.
Yes.
That is 22 points of piercing damage. and 7 points of cold. 29 total. As it pulls you in, just tries to chew onto you. You're pressing with your arms, trying to keep the thorny teeth at bay, but it's cutting into your form all the same. Very painful.
You took like 40 points of damage?
He took 29 and 10. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he took 39 points in his. As we come around to Aeolus.
And that's
Aeolus.
after her.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Aeolus, I need a wisdom save, please.
Yeah. Yep.
You're within an aura.
Yep.
Mark
Me
a
too,
level.
right?
No, at the start of your turns.
Oh, okay.
Aeolus, you have a level of exhaustion. As this painful hunger seizes your stomach and you almost double in pain for a moment. Just being close to this thing is difficult.
It's my old man bones. Okay.
Yes, that.
Does this one seem to be focused on them at the moment?
It's sort of mixed. It seems to be aware of this presence, especially now that it took that blast of fire from Siegfried. You're not sure if it's going to turn and focus on you or focus on them.
Okay.
Well, you can see a very thin trail of Willem's energy connecting, sort of flowing in this direction from this one to this one.
Okay. Then
I'm going to mark these as like red, blue, and yellow. So that way I can
Aeolus
refer
is
to them
going
that way.
to shift his position and is going to attack twice.
Okay. Geez, there's some rolls. 20 hits for 11 points. And 24 hits for 10 points. And then you can see as these two spears hit, the tether that sort of flows in the other direction, to that other creature that you've immobilized, sort of pulses with these two strikes. And the other one winces, or as much as you can see, when it flinches, I guess I should say, in pain as it takes 21 points of damage.
Awesome. And then as my bonus action, Aeolus is going to scrape the edge of the great spear against the rocks and is going to activate his Crimson Right.
On brand. Take your 4 damage. Alright.
And that's my turn.
That brings us to it, as it is going to move to here. There. What's my reach? Okay. 2 claw attacks. First one at Aeolus. 21 to hit you, Aeolus. Ooh, rolling
Hits.
hot. 11 points of slashing and 6 points of cold for 17 total.
Okay.
Second claw attack is reaching towards you, Siegfried, through that door. I'm going to give you partial cover because of the angle, so you have +2 to your AC. Does a 19 still get you, though?
Yep.
Okay. That is going to be 14 points of damage total. 11 slashing and 3 cold. I believe you resist cold, right? There we go.
I'm also going to Stone's Endurance.
Okay. Noted. You are grappled, though.
That's fine.
8. So that's 1 point of cold and 3 points of slashing. 4 total. And you are grappled, restrained, and lifted by it. As it reaches in like a cat going into a mouse hole and just snags you and pulls you towards it. Doesn't have the wherewithal to be able to bite you this round, but coming. Done in a round to you. Wisdom
Wisdom
save.
save.
Just
Oh.
I know it doesn't really work mechanically like that, but would it take Spirit Guardian's damage when it reached in for me?
Sure, I'll give it a save. 19. I believe that saves, but Helleras, you can go ahead and roll me Spirit Guardian's damage, please. I think it's 3d8.
Reaches into uncomfortably hot water.
Yeah. Some very spicy bats. So it's going to take half damage, take 5. Which actually translates 5 to the other direction, the other one as well. So, works out. Done in. Okay, Wisdom, fantastic. You
Yes,
take
I
first
will
level
mark
of
that down.
exhaustion. Fantastic. Alright, you are currently
Now-
grappled and restrained.
Yeah, he coughs off some blood after getting munched on. A little help here, guys. And bonus action, since he saw that fire is very effective. Searing Smite
Ooh, nice.
on the concentration.
It is. All the smite spells are concentration until you hit with a weapon attack.
I don't know if it still does anything, but 10 damage from Arm of Agassiz. Cold, but
Does not seem to mind the cold.
oh,
Yeah.
I tried.
All good.
And well, I'm trying to hit it.
Go for it. So you're restrained, so you would have disadvantage, but you have the pup there for advantage, so it's a straight roll.
God damn it.
11 does not connect.
But that-
There you
Crit
go.
definitely does. There
And
you
now we fucking dump in smites.
go. Okay. So, and don't forget you get your searing smite damage on that crit as well.
Yeah. Oop, we.
Okay.
So,
Alright. Thank you, Siegfried. So,
so 48, right? For the
alright,
normal.
so it's a first level smite you're using? Like
Yeah.
a divine smite? Yeah, so it'd be 2d8 doubled to 48, correct.
Right? And 2d6 for the searing smite.
Yeah, because it's yeah, can you put a searing smite in chat?
Yes.
So yeah, it's 2d6. Just roll it as 4d6 though, since it's vulnerable to fire. So that way I don't have to worry about doubling a specific number. Just roll it as 4d6. Nice. All right.
There you go.
So let's see. We
Some
got
retaliation for you.
2, then we get 12 bludgeoning, 5 radiant, 14 from the smite, 15 from searing, and it causes it to ignite in flames.
Right.
So at the start of each of its turns, it makes a con save. On a failed save, it takes a d6 additional fire damage. Right. Target or creature that uses action, it can douse the flames.
I don't know how that works if I'm grappled by it, but
No, it's on fire. You're not on fire.
okay. Let me return some of that pain. That's it. And the pup is gonna attack. If it's bite. 16.
Alright. And the bite, 16 with the advantage, actually just hits.
Nice.
If the pup has advantage, would Dunnan have had advantage on his turn?
He would have, but it was canceled out by the fact that he's restrained.
Oh, I forgot about. And he has exhaustion, right?
Well, one level's only
That's-
ability checks,
yeah.
Okay,
so
yeah.
he's still
It's
relatively safe.
3.
Okay.
Yeah. The pup, I need a wisdom save as well. Done.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Pup!
That
Please be.
pup
No!
Pup has the
Yeah.
first level of exhaustion. Since there's not a spot on the sheet to track it, we're just gonna do it like that.
No, pup!
All right. This one's turn. It can do nothing but try to make 2 saves now. Alright. So does it stay restrained? Roll a 13 on the strength save. Okay. It's still trapped. And then repeat the charisma save. It does end the effect of perish upon itself.
Well, damn.
We did get a lot of use out of it, though. That was pretty good.
Yeah, you got some solid damage in there. So it is still trapped there as this grouchy thing is just flailing against whatever is holding it in place. It's keeping it out of the fight remarkably well. As we come around to Hellarest. I did see what you said. It wasn't letting you pull Corwin out. I got that for you right now. Ah, why is she giant?
Hang on, Corwin!
Okay.
She just hops out, eats all the bats, and becomes giant.
Yeah. She is fueled by her ancestors.
Alright, what are you doing, Helly?
Kim, you're muted if you're talking.
Whoops. Okay. I was talking a lot, actually. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and hit this one. Let's see, with, I don't know. Whoops. Sorry. Guiding bolt.
The Dunnan, the one next to Zeb?
Dunnan, yeah, the Dunnan one.
Okay.
On Dunnan.
Because, okay, so I just want to make sure Radiant hit it.
Yeah, radiant damage seems to be effective.
Okay. What I would get.
Yeah, the only thing that the group has acknowledged that does not work at this point is cold.
Okay. So at a level 2.
Good fucking
Fantastic.
job.
Holy crap. Guiding bolt. When it works, it works. That's so much damage. 19, 14, 33, 37 points of damage. So how do you want to off that one?
Yes.
25 left.
I'm just gonna
Got
aim
ba-
it at it, and what's gonna happen is all the bats are gonna see that first I'm gonna step forward just a little bit more. So that it's within the range of, well, it's always in the range of the bats, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Okay. So I'm gonna aim it at that, hit it, and all the bats are gonna go swirling and shrieking towards where the guiding bolt went. And it's just gonna be a flurry of wings and face shrieking and fire and light.
I love it. Fantastic. So as all of these energies coalesce onto it, you can see it form sort of writhe and writhe for a moment as your spell finally sort of pushes through and breaks whatever sort of tension and magic holds this thing together, and it shatters into thousands of random natural bits, sticks of wood, tufts of fur. Dunnan, you fall 10 feet. Roll a d6 for your fall damage.
Dunnan disapproves.
You take 3 points of fall damage as
Ugh.
that thing is annihilated by Hellarest's spell. Yeah. Back-to-back crits will do that. It took 85 points of damage over 2 attacks.
Jesus.
Well, you don't mess with the bloody
Nice.
bloody mad dogs.
Between the two of you. You still have a ton of movement, Hellarest, and a bonus action if you'd like to spend either.
Okay. Let's see. Corin is going to go as close as she can to this one over here by Siegfried. And since Dunnan is kind of out of the way, actually, she'll send Corin to Aeolus and Siegfried, and then she's going to move this far so she can... I can't heal him with a bonus attack, can I?
No.
That would
So
be
if
next
you
turn?
were using Cure Wounds, that's an action, and you used an
Okay.
action on Guiding Bolts. You can't do that.
Right. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and sit with Dunnan, or get with Dunnan, and so
No.
that when I can, I will hear him.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh.
And you said you wanted to send Corwin to attack.
Yeah, Corwin to attack.
Okay. I believe Corwin can move 20 feet, correct?
Let's see. Movement. Why don't I see that on the stat? Yeah, I believe it's 20 feet.
Okay. Yeah, it's not in the stat block. I think it's in the ability. But I remember if I remember correctly, I modeled it after spiritual weapon. So go ahead and make the attack roll for Corwin, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Dunham, for you. Well, you no longer need to concentrate. The spell that you placed upon it is gone.
Okay. Nice.
Oh my god, 17 points of damage from Corwin. I was gonna give it like half cover because like around the wall plus 2 AC. Natural 20. God damn. Very good.
Corwin's a bad bitch.
Helleras, no, it's just Helleras is on fire today. All right. All right. Anything else? Any other natural 20s you'd like to roll?
Not at the moment, thanks.
Okay, good.
That is 54 points of damage.
How kind of you. All right, around to Willem. That was so
Great.
cool, Helly. Oh man. So he is going to send a. So his spells are quickened and twin. So he can't use twin on Scorching Ray. So he will start with a Scorching Ray on the thing that he can see. Oh my.
What's happening?
It's unreal. Jesus.
Hold on. There's two
The
more
dice
rays.
gods are with us.
There's 2 more rays. Hold on. Ah, there is a god. It's still all hit.
All hit.
Oh my gosh. Even with partial cover. All right. So that's 16 to
Deep
32
death.
points of damage. 32, 42, 52. 52, 60 points of fire damage to the one that is currently holding Siegfried. Just an eruption of fire from the door around you, Siegfried, Corwin, and Aeolus. Siegfried, roll me a d6 for your full damage as you plummet to the ground. That thing is immolated. Take 3. That is 3 20s in a row. No, 4, right?
Not in a row, but very close to each other.
No, but it was 4 attack rolls because it was Dunnan,
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 attack rolls.
Dunnan,
Asher.
Hellerast, yeah, Corwin, and yeah,
Willem.
that'll do it. Okay,
Yeah, that's so sorry. 3 points of damage.
yeah, 3 points of fall.
46. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Dunnan and the pup. At the start of your turn, you can remove the exhaustion as well. Siegfried, go ahead. If you start your turn outside the aura, all of the exhaustion fades.
Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna use my movement to stand up,
Mhm.
and then I'll turn to Aeolus. I've always wanted to try this, and he's going to get out his staff of thunder and lightning,
Oh my gosh.
and I want to use it to lightning strike the one in the corner.
Okay. Action cost of bolts of lightning, 120 feet, 5 feet wide. DC 15, dex save, 66 damage. Dex save.
And like the way it works, I think like Siegfried starts waving the staff in the air, like kind of spinning it around, and then a lightning bolt literally like comes down through the tunnel, hits the staff, and then redirects it towards the creature.
I like it. As you called on this bolt and just sort of angle and almost like a baseball swing and re-angle the bolt instead of hitting the ground at your feet towards your target. It fails with an 11.
Nice 66, right? Yep.
Yes. Oh my, pretty good damage.
Yeah, that's so good.
Really good damage. Yeah, 26.
And that doesn't count as leveled spell, right?
No, because it came from your item. So
Okay.
if you had a bonus action level spell you want
Yeah.
to do, you could.
I will do a level 2 healing word on Dunnan.
Nice.
But I think that according to the staff, that the lightning strike is used up for the day, so I'm gonna keep track of that.
Correct. Yeah, I believe it's a single use one.
It's pretty good single use. And yeah, 10 points of healing to Dunnan.
Yes.
I'm
That
getting
I can do.
I'm getting Iro and lightning bending from that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm feeling. All right. So done it up 10 points. Very good. Brings us to Aeolus.
Aeolus is going to raise his wrist that has the Kami charm on it, and is going to cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Okay. Ooh. Aeolus learned magic.
And then I am just going to position myself, and that's my turn.
Okay. And that brings us around to Dunnan, where yours and your pup's exhaustion fall off. What will it be?
Do I have to stand up because I fell down? Am I prone or?
Make me an acrobatics check. Nope, there we go. No, you're not prone. You're fine.
I'll hold up a hand to Heliver, say, I'm alright. I have to help Aeolus. And he will move 25 feet. Do I see the creature? Because I can't see it right now. Okay, it will dash. Oh, it's up there. Okay.
Yeah, it's way up in the corner.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
he hasn't moved one bit.
can't do anything from here. No, that's it. I was gonna
Alright.
stand ready for it to approach.
Okay, and I assume your spiritual weapon is trying to start coming along as well.
Yeah.
There you go. A nice mug
Yes,
veil. Follow
there's
you.
my mug.
I found a mug of veil that's also a fist. It's perfect. Okay. Anything for the pup?
No, it's gonna stay and keep a watch. Keep
Okay.
watch.
This thing's turn. Does it escape? Rolled a 14. Still trapped. Moving on. Hell rest. It's all melee. It can't get close.
Helarast is going to move as close as she can to it. So let's see here. About here.
30 would get you there.
There. 30 will get me there, just so she can see. And then she'll send, let's see, where's my sheet? She's going to go ahead and hit it with, so I've still got guiding bolt. So I'll go ahead and hit it with another guiding bolt at level 2.
Don't do it. Don't crit.
I'm going to do it.
Ah, so close.
Oh, wow. It's still a good hit. 17 points of
Oh,
damage.
really good hit.
Yeah. And you can see this thing's pretty haggard right off the bat. As soon as like you sort of get a gauge on it because of Willem's parish as well.
Oh yeah,
And it's now glowing.
nice.
Anything else, Hellerest?
Not cool. Not close enough for Corin to get to, but I'll send her as close as she can.
Yep. And so she can move 20. And you remember she has to stay within. And you have to end your turn, or she at the end of your turn she has to be within 30 of you, or she vanishes.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll move
You're good.
forward so she can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
She's enjoying herself, by the way, very much.
And that'll bring us around to Willem, who is going to launch. Why not? He's going to launch a level 3 Chaos Bolt. Oh my. No! Why? Oh.
I feel like every roll you've rolled for Willem has been a crit
What?
or something crazy. What's going
That's insane. Insane.
some roll 20
All
shenanigans?
right, so 2d8. So as long as he doesn't roll a 3 for the 2d8, he can't pick fire. He rolled a 4 and a 5. Okay. So he's got force damage. D6. Okay. So 3rd level spell. So he gets... Yeah. Why is it doing D8s as the extra damage? Can someone roll me 4d6, please? I don't know why Chaos Bolt's set up to be rolling d8s at higher level. Should be d6s. There we go. Nice. Okay. So, because two, one for second, one for third, higher level, and then crit. So it's 9, 16, plus 4 is 20, 23, and 17, 40 points of force damage into this thing. It is looking absolutely terrible. Oh, he had advantage for that. Didn't even need it. So we come around to Siegfried.
Yep. Okay. So going to move up. Sorry, I have to measure how much I was here.
15.
Yep, 15. And then move 10 a little bit forward. Get within 30 feet, and I am going to produce flame.
Okay. Go for it.
I believe that misses.
It does miss.
Yes.
Siegfried, you have advantage because of. Oh no,
Nope.
because of.
Willenberg.
Yeah,
Willenberg
I think
that.
Yep. So that is my turn.
Okay. Around to you, Aeolus.
Aeolus is going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. It's a deck save, if I recall.
TC 16.
It got a 20.
Son of a. Eesh.
As you try to evoke this magic in the space, it's just sort of popping, and you're causing these pockets of energy just not where it is. It's, you're still getting used to using these abilities.
Alright. Then Aeolus is going to throw his arms out and. Oh, what's the matter? You can't move? Come on, big boy. Come on. That's his turn.
Okay. That'll bring us to Dunnan.
Well, seeing that it's trapped, he's gonna reach at his hip and take out two hand axes and throw them at the creature. Is it
Okay.
the same attack roll? If I
At the hand axes,
Yeah.
it's two different attack rolls. $15 just misses.
okay.
18 hits. How do you want to do this? It had 2 hit points left.
Nice. Well, I guess it just tries to get out and is really frustrated, and he just aims at the right moment, just closes one eye and throws it right in the between the eyes or in the head.
William. All right. So as you pull back, the first one clatters against the stone. You take more careful aim, seeing it sort of dodging around Aeolus's conjurations of energy that you've not seen Aeolus do in the past. Take aim and you adjust your grip slightly and let fly. And there's a solid thunk, like hitting the trunk of a tree, almost as when you practice, as it embeds itself in the bony face of this creature that just sort of splits and cracks open, the fissure growing in space, and the creature bursts in an explosion of energy similar to how the other two of them expired. And that's going to take you out of initiative.
I'll go and pick up the hand axes.
On in. Is there any trace of an orc corpse over there?
No. Try and investigate the space where the creature just died.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh boy. Yeah, I got a 0. Yes. I don't see anything. Where are we?
There's a 70% chance you're in a cave.
I'm gonna make my way over to the other alcove.
Sure. Make an investigation check for me, please. This is far too upbeat.
Like the happiest music we've ever heard.
There we go. That's better. 28. So, Aeolus, as you're sort of sifting around through the refuse of this pile, of bits and bobs and sticks and bones and animal jaws and tufts of fur and an antler, nothing here appears to be humanoid. Other than one thing that you find, sort of nestled into the space of this pile. You find you think it's a rock at first as you pick it up, and it's extremely cold to the touch. It's difficult to hold. Make me a medicine check. You're holding it looks to be frozen. Extremely cold and dense and hard because of it, but it is a frozen heart of a humanoid.
Aeolus is gonna rush over to where Tanin is and see if he's able to find something like this at the other alcove.
You made another investigation check.
Told you, there is nothing here.
About a minute later, Aeolus, you pull out another one of these frozen hearts.
Oh. I missed that.
You went one-on-one with one of these things. It's okay. Willem, Siegfried, Hellerast, over here. Do we think this could be the source of these things? And he'll hold out a heart in each hand.
I think something happened to these orcs that changed them, but I don't know. I've never heard of someone becoming undead due to cannibalism. That's not something I know of. Do you, Aeolus?
I'm not sure if it was cannibalism or if it was them entering the space and feeling it's going to sound weird, but hopelessness to such an extreme.
I mean,
It's
emotions can allow you to tap into power that exists in nature.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that their hearts were just used by some kind of necromantic practitioner to fuel these what seem to be constructs. They're like bits and pieces of all sorts of different natural things.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I don't know if they turned into it, but their hearts were used to fuel and power these things.
they definitely didn't build this staircase and enchant these torches.
And the necromantic flame that we just put out.
that seemed to hold these things back,
Maybe.
or at least the memory of what they used to be.
True. I've been enthralled. If it's all right, I think we should take a short rest here, and I can at least ritually start casting detect magic on it.
Yeah, and as we rest, we should find a way to try to set them free.
I think these hearts are how we do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I need another investigation check, please.
I'll let Aeolus handle that. He's our investigator.
Okay. It takes you about 15 minutes, Aeolus, going into the short rest. You are able to find the third heart, though.
Okay, that's what I was gonna do.
Yep.
Anyway, all right.
Want me to smash it? Maybe it sets the thing free.
At least not yet, unless we find out more.
I'm
What?
thinking light. These
Or-
things always attack in the dark and underground, radiant and heat get to it. Let's take them out into the sunlight.
Eventually, but we're not done investigating what's down here.
No, I know.
There must be some
I don't think
mastermind
Smash
behind
was
it.
gonna do
I do not possess such capabilities to hit these things with essence of divinity.
Well, while the group of you are debating this and starting a short rest, let's take our mid-session break. So 28, back in about 7 minutes. 35.
Sure.
Sounds
Got
good.
it.
All right, sounds
Cool.
good.
See you in a bit.
may have kept on eating, like cannibalizing things. Like I think they couldn't stop.
Oh, maybe.
Like
Or it was all just a story and a ruse by these tall things or whatever controls the tall.
like I think
that.
I think the orcs we might have just fought was that hunting party that got lost in the blizzard.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I'm just saying, if these things can mimic the living,
Yeah.
the party we're looking for might not be dead, and those
Yeah.
are different humanoid hearts.
We also don't know exactly if these were the ones doing the mimicking because we didn't see them actually using the voices. We just heard the voices.
Yeah, but from those directions. Okay.
Yeah, we heard the voices from the directions the attacks came from, but we didn't exactly see these things making the voices.
Right.
Because I
Okay.
think when that little girl disappeared, they heard the voices and there wasn't an attack at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as
So
the
confused.
clan knows, the information that you were. Sorry about that. Didn't realize I was muted. As far as the clan knows, and the information that you were given is the girl disappeared at some point during one of the nights that the clan was being attacked.
Okay, so it was during an attack. Okay.
Yeah. But
So
the
at the
clan
very
is attacked every night, so.
Yeah, it happens every night, so yeah. But at the very least, the voices and the attacks come together.
Right.
And we just experienced it, right? They were mimicking the voices of the fallen orcs.
I mean, that could have
Mhm.
been what was happening. We were not sure. If they were part of the tribe, I imagine they would know all the different voices to mimic, I guess.
Yeah.
How to best lure people. Like, they would have had to know that girl's family's voice or something like that.
I thought.
Which is kind of sucks because they use their own tribal knowledge against their clan, which I imagine is quite sacrilegious for orcs.
I'm curious about these stairs here.
Yeah.
I think that's
I would,
Nope.
after the short rest, I would just quickly start ritually casting detect magic. But I don't know if Spencer's back yet. Just want to figure out the hearts.
I am back. I was dealing with
Okay.
my cat, who wants to be very loud and
No
annoying.
problem.
So you're
My cat-
casting detect magic. You're ritually
Yep.
casting detect magic as you start your short
Yeah.
rest.
Yep.
Okay. So during that time, probably what helps Aeolus in finding the third heart as well. All three of them, radiating very, very powerful enchantment and necromancy auras.
Yeah. I just told the group it's more necromancy. I can potentially try to dispel it, but not today. I'm gonna need at least a day's rest, and I could only potentially do 2 of them as I am right now.
The problem is we don't have any time. The orcs are fighting for their lives.
I know. Well, at the very least, let's just keep investigating.
Did you all hear those rocks falling down? Something was was happening up back at that pool we were.
I mean, but
I don't think we are done here.
I don't either. I would like to investigate these staircases.
Yeah.
I think
And
there's
with that-
something else going on. And also, Spencer, I'm not shedding light anymore.
Okay, noted. Let me adjust that.
And then I will try to climb the stairs. Look up.
Alright, Dunnan, so as you follow the stairs, let me adjust something. I just moved where your token is. There you go. You follow the stairs, they twist upwards, to what you suspect is the next level up.
Okay, I think I don't know where we're coming out.
Yeah. And,
Oh.
You see they come up to a door.
Yep. Can I try the door?
Sure. It is locked. From this side, though.
Okay.
So, you can try to unlock it. Give me an athletics check, please. Easy enough. Just sort of lean on the door, now seeing where sort of the hinges are, and it buckles outwards. It is... There you go. Unlocked and open.
Got you in the end door.
Now you see the familiar space. This is that second level where you've previously found the stained bedroll and the bag of bones.
I'll get out and take a look at the pool. So, anything moving? Can I make out anything?
There's been no change from what you saw previously.
We are back at the pool there, the necromancy pool. You can come up.
Okay.
The rest of you follow him up.
Yep, I follow him up.
Aeolus is going, or I'll investigate
Let me grab tokens.
the altar as everyone's moving up, just to make sure we've cleared this floor.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check, please. Corbin is gone after the long rest. Or short rest, pardon me. Okay. So, the altar itself, Aeolus, before you leave that floor, there is runes sort of carved into it that you recognize as Orcish script. At this point, you've seen it enough times to at least pick out some of the characters. Not that you can read it.
I'm gonna call Hellarest down.
Alright.
Can you make out
I'll drop you guys on
what
this
that
page.
says?
I'll give it a shot.
Alright, go ahead and give me a history check, please, Hellarest.
Would I be able to help her with this?
Nope, this is recognizing something. So Hellarest, you speak the language, you can read and write. Some of the runes are somewhat foreign to you. They don't seem to sort of jive with everything else that's going on. And some of them you don't even recognize at all. It's like if someone added extra Z's and K's and T's and E's into spots of words that don't make sense sometimes, and then other times it's just if someone put like a triangle in the middle of a word, it means nothing as far as language goes that you understand.
Okay.
But you are able to discern the rough interpretation of this altar. It is a place to pray to the ancient spirit of the land, Greklork.
Yes, Helly, do you think you can maybe try and reconsecrate this place? You have a connection to the spirits.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a religion check.
To see if you recognize the name Greklook, sure.
No, if I can even have the ability to reconsecrate it.
Oh, reconsecrate, sure. Go ahead and make a religion check for that.
Ah.
You know that you would need the hollow spell, to, reconsecrate the space.
Okay.
Or at the very least, remove the desecration. And that is a spell that exceeds
I'll
the
never have.
capabilities of your companions and yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, that Siegfried didn't understand that before asking, but yeah, now he gets okay. But he would at least mark this place down on his map to come check on it in the future. And Siegfried would take out his journal too and copy down the runes, even though we don't exactly understand it yet.
Okay. Noted. I think Willem would do the same as well.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I
grabbing
don't
the
know.
spelling for Greklork for you. This is more like a phonetic translation that you're able to provide, Hellerast. There you go.
Okay.
Look to Aeolus and Dun, and where do we go from here?
I give me a few minutes. Are have we investigated that entire lower level?
No.
Okay. Aeolus is going to go back down.
Okay.
And I'll before I go back down. I don't think that's all. I have a feeling that we might have missed something.
Yeah, I think so.
There's no trace of Fen or the other creatures.
None that you found, no.
Right.
And Aeolus is gonna make his way back down
Sure.
and spend a decent amount of time just going through the entire lower level.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check with advantage.
Before he goes down, I am going to cast my. Oh, I used my last second level spell on. Done. Never mind. I can't do that. Sorry.
23. Okay. Do any of the rest of you pressure Aeolus that you need to leave, or are you just gonna let him have at it as long as it takes for him?
Yeah, I'm gonna because he's looking for his comrade, so I'm gonna let him. I'm not gonna force him.
Yeah. I'd rather make sure the place is clear.
But I'll, at least on the surface, Siegfried would use Druidcraft to predict the weather and maybe just get ready for that.
Okay. The weather is supposed to be warm and comfortable tomorrow, and you realize it's about an hour before midnight at this point.
Okay.
Aeolus, searching through the space, you find virtually no remains other than that which the creatures were comprised of. None of those pieces are maybe more than 7-8 inches in length, and if that, they're kind of narrow or splintered or broken bits. You find one thing that sort of catches your eye, so to speak. It is a piece of amethyst that is about 3 inches long and 2 inches in like maybe circumference. It's crystalline in shape. Probably not more than an inch thick, roughly, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick. It's just a small crystal, and it has a hole that's been bored through part of it that has a leather thong that's been sort of wrapped around to it, so that way it can be affixed to something. It just seems out of place compared to everything else here. And there's sort of a shimmering effect of the little bit of light that is filtering down to this space upon it.
Okay. Before I head back up topside, I'm gonna walk over to the altar, and I'm going to take the kami bracelet into both of my hands, and I'm just going to close my eyes and out loud ask for guidance and help to rid the Skyfire clan
Sure.
of this plague.
Make me a performance check. You wait here for a moment. You think of what you want to ask for. You put into words. You approach, and out loud you speak this idea as you're standing here in front of this altar to an entity known as Greklork. As you do, do you close your eyes or you keep them open?
I would say at this point, Aeolus closes his eyes.
Okay. The darkness of the inside of your eyelids feels more complete than usual. And you see a single point of red sort of open, like an eye blinking into the space. You try to open your eyes to see nothing else. Just blackness and this single red eye. And then you hear in your voice, sort of echoed back to you, distorted, recognizable as your own, but ground up, churned by a choppy canyon, carried on a desperate breeze. I see you. Unsettling. Your vision returns. You find yourself staring at the altar. You've broken out in a cold sweat.
Is he always right next to her, or where?
He had gone back downstairs.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we don't see that
right.
happening. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Is everything all right? You've been down there for a while.
Aeolus returns topside.
Ellis, you think that you've been down here for about maybe 40 minutes or so, giving it a good once over. He's been gone about 2 hours to the rest of you.
Yeah, me and Willem would have started setting up camp after a certain point.
Yeah,
'Cause it's already midnight.
makes sense.
You have a fever or something? You're very sweaty and a little bit red in the face.
There was a lot of rocks to move.
You were working out on there?
I was trying to see if there was anything else we missed.
Any sign of
And? Did we?
Aeolus will hold out the amethyst.
Can I try and reach for it?
Sure.
Just Just this. Nice piece of rock.
I
Does
will.
anything happen when I touch it?
No, nothing happens. Now that it's here in the torchlight, you can see that the shimmers that you were seeing, Aeolus, and the rest of you observe this as well. It's not patches of bright that's sort of shifting throughout the inside of it. It's like a slowly twisting and spiraling dark smoke that's contained within the crystal. That's just sort of moving within the bounds of it, but untethered and unimpeded by the internal structure of the crystal.
I will detect magic on it.
Okay. I'm assuming ritually.
Yeah, we have the time, so ritually.
Okay. It is enchanted. And it does have an illusion, aura to it.
Tell that to the group. This has been charged with some sort of illusion magic.
Illusion?
It might be good for Willem.
Feels very real to me as I just tried. It didn't
It's
turn
not.
it in my
It
hand.
itself is not an illusion, but I think it can cast. It has the power to create illusions. Potentially.
Hmm.
Well,
Do you think that's the source for this creepy creatures down there?
I don't know.
Or
I think
contactor? I don't know.
I think it might have belonged to someone.
Yeah. Do you still think there is someone pulling the strings here? But I don't think that these creatures just rise on their own and start assembling themselves with those bones.
I mean, it's a pretty. These hunters, they got lost in the blizzard, and then that canyon. Remember how we came in here? It was very difficult to find. If we weren't following the hunters, we wouldn't have found this place. And then this place just happens to be a shrine to an ancient orc god. This is too many coincidences lining up, Aeolus.
Based on the translation that Helaras was able to provide, nothing said orc god. It was
Oh, okay.
ancient spirit of the land.
Yeah, okay.
It was
I-
written in Orcish, but
I'll rephrase to
Yeah.
say that. I don't know. Whatever this structure is, it's extremely old. Especially if it has orcish runes on it. The only other place we found runes was in Urkrit. And that place was unbelievably ancient. I don't know. There's too many threads going in too many different directions. I think the
It
best.
seems strange to me that the well leading to the natural cavern, but it happened to slope down to the bottom, and then there were stairs. Are we sure there's nothing else down here? This is a lot of work for just a tiny space.
I mean, Aeolus is the best investigator we have.
And there's just nothing else down there?
at least not on the bottom floor.
You didn't find any remains of your comrade or weapons, armor, anything like that?
I did not.
Then,
no remains anywhere.
if we remain optimistic, that means at least there's a chance they may be alive, and their investigation may have led them somewhere else. Is that a possibility, Aeolus?
It is. Siegfried, can I see your map for a second?
Sure, I roll it out for him.
How far from the Skyfire clan is the site that Willem and I were at?
The Skyfire clan. So clan's here. You and Willem were here, roughly. So, about 60
Yeah.
miles.
That was before we crossed the river.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost due west of you now by about 40, 45 miles.
Okay. And while I was down there making my way back up, if I were to, after we rest, if I were to go back down and to try to sniff out or feel for any undead or fiendish presence, I would have done so to see if that feeling is still there.
What, here or where you and Willem were?
Here.
Here? I mean, you can check. You're not sure.
I mean, I also think Dunnan can do that right now with his divine senses.
I could, yes.
Yeah, Dunnan, why
Yeah.
don't you,
Oh.
at least before we rest, check if you sense any more undead in that.
Good
area.
thinking. There might be some hidden still.
You do not sense any undead. You do sense 3 sources of desecration that the group is carrying with them.
Thought. Okay.
Besides there's 3 hearts we're carrying? Nothing, no.
Speaking of, who has them at the moment?
Siegfried is carrying the 3 of them right now.
Okay. I mean, a satchel? Like a little,
Yeah.
like a bag?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's in a satchel, yeah.
Okay. The bag has frosted over at this point.
Yeah, it's actually quite nice for Siegfried. It's like a personal AC thing.
Oh. Desecrated AC.
It's something a necromancer would do.
May have to look into necromancy. Okay. Well, before we continue on, I think we should rest.
Yes. In the morning, I can try to do something about these hearts, but I think at the very least we should bring them back to the camp.
Do you think that's smart? I mean, who knows what happens?
Well, let's just see what I can do in the morning.
Oh well.
Aeolus is going to do a perimeter check and is just going to grab any fuel for the fire.
There's the stained bedroll. That's about it.
Okay.
Siegfried will take last watch as usual.
Okay. You all...
We'll take whatever there's a hole.
Okay. You all bed down, taking your watches as you go. You're not interrupted throughout the night. There's been no sounds. Not really that much of a fire that you can maintain here. You more have to subsist on the warmth of your bedrolls and your garments. But it's not terribly cold. You finish sleeping. None of you complete a long rest.
That's my thought. Okay.
You wake as exhausted as you were the night before. Not mechanical exhaustion, but...
I
Alright.
think we need to go topside.
I not feel very rested.
Okay.
Besides, barely slept at all.
Well, let's just make
That's
our way
awful.
back. We need to head back to the camp. I need to rest and I need to get my magic back.
8 hours. It's, went 2 there. It's, about 11 a.m. at this point.
They are
Right,
fine and hold out through the night.
As we make our way topside, Aeolus is just going to he's going to be behind the group, and he's just going to look over every nook and cranny.
As you're going topside?
Is that the plan? Are we heading out of here, or are we?
I think so. I mean, we've done everything we can, I think.
Have you tried throwing one of those hearts into that pool? I mean, didn't the pool also have some kind of necromancy to it?
The bones that I pulled out of the pool.
Hmm.
The pool itself.
That pool still gives me the creeps.
Although, Dunnan
And there
brings
was a
out,
bedroll.
yeah, Dunnan, you bring up a really good point though. What happens if we do put the hearts in the pool?
Do
I
you?
mean, yeah.
The-
Siegfried
Only
will-
one way to try out, to find out.
Do you take them out of the bag or just throw the whole bag in the pool?
I take him out of the bag.
Okay. Then what?
I will take one and put it in the pool.
Roll me a d6 for me, please. You reach in, grab one of them. These are significantly colder than they were the night before. You take 6 points of cold damage, even touching this first one that you reach in and grab. You quickly let go of it, dump it into the pool. You can see frost sort of starting to coat it and fleck around it. It's immediately starting to freeze the stuff that's connected to it.
Wasn't the water here frozen over a little bit when we came first? When we came here first? Do recall something like that.
Was
I do say we smash them. I don't think it's good bringing them back to the camp.
I mean, we could always try to smash one, see if that works.
Oh, I think that's well. Let me try it. We still have 2 left if something happens.
Yeah.
All right. I take the one I put in the water out, and I put it in front of Dunnan.
Roll another d6 for me.
And I'm only I have cold resistance, so I only took 3 earlier.
Alright, really take another 2 as you touch it again.
Alright, guys, step back a little bit. I'll just swing as hard as I can with the basher at the ice cold heart in front of me.
Okay, you line it up. Measure your swing out a little bit. Make sure you have the right pacing. Go ahead and make an attack roll at advantage.
Yes.
That's a crit.
Jesus.
As you line everything up, you take a moment, you take a piece of the bedroll from the one that's stained and use it to sort of just prop it up so that way it's not going to slide anywhere.
To be sure, I dump a divine smite into it, just
Sure.
to be sure.
Sure, mark off another spell slot, because you did not recover any of them during the long rest.
Nope.
But okay. As you swing and sort of smash in this, there's this cacophonous blast of energy. Nothing happens to the heart.
I swung with all my might at her head.
Yeah. You feel very confident you could not have gotten a better hit. More
This
direct.
hit would have smashed in anyone's head.
There's like a
I don't know
crater
what this-
probably around it, and it's just standing there.
Yeah, some of the bits of ice that had congealed onto it, so to speak, have broken off of it, but the heart itself is unblemished.
Yeah, Siegfried is just gonna wrap it up quickly and put it away. We need to.
Very
wrap-
unnatural.
I need my magic back. We're not finding anywhere here, and we're losing
Another 2
daylight.
points.
We need to start moving.
Let's head topside. And as we head to the exit, Aeolus is just gonna look over everything as they move.
Okay. You guys still have the rope that's hung down from the well, so it is easy enough to climb back up. I need 2 of you to make athletic checks for me to bring the bloody pup back up, though.
That's I will.
Also, in case it changes anything, I have this feat.
Noted. Okay. The check's good enough. Not a problem raising the pup back up to the ruined parts of the castle.
And then, yeah, I would try and just retrace the trail we used to get into this little valley and head us back towards the orc camp.
Easily done. It'll take you into the next day to try to get back to the orc camp. While you are traveling, is there anything else that you're going to do during the day? Or anyone else?
I think Siegfried is just gonna keep periodically ritually casting detect magic to make sure the hearts aren't changing.
No, they do still have necromancy and enchantment, and they are at this point. As you even open the bag to sort of get that gaze, because you need to see them for detect magic, it is like looking into a blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
Are they regenerating by themselves, or
It's possible. I need my magic.
Have we tried to expose them to the sunlight?
Yeah, I try doing that.
You
Does
try.
anything change?
They're very cold. You don't notice any change immediately as you expose them to the sunlight. They do not sort of melt away. In the sense of how some of the creatures you were fighting at the Skyfire clan just sort of crumbled into ash and dust when the sun came the following morning.
can I let the pup have a sniff at the heart? Maybe it picks up something during our trail back.
Pup smells. You get the sense of smells like cold from your mental connection.
But you can't remember the smell now.
We are missing something. This can't be it.
No. Well, somebody sent us away to finish up the camp. I don't know. Something feels very off.
How far have we gotten from the well?
Came topside probably about 11. Probably got started out by about noon. Over the course of the day, you'll cover another about 6 leagues, we'll say, which will be another 18 miles. Using the rest of the day and maybe the first few hours of twilight if you wanted to try to get that far. At the moment, though, you've only covered about 8 miles, though. We'll say this was interaction of like speaking about sunlight came up mid-afternoon.
I say we get as far as we can, rest. Hopefully I get my magic back in the burning and I can do something about this.
Something dawned to me. The big guy just out of character, the big guy we saw when we entered the village with the big heavy sword. Didn't we hear his voice during the night?
But, we talked about that. He was on the different ship fighting. We saw him later.
Ah, okay. Just ruling out if there is an imposter.
Yeah, we checked that. I think like immediately after the fight.
Okay, sorry.
Where he was, and he was in like the sleeping tent, getting ready for the next shift.
Are you thinking that there's someone within the Skyfire clan that is?
Something doesn't add up. I mean, we come here, we fight those monsters, find nothing, just some stone with illusion magic. Just weird. It rubs me the wrong way.
Helleras, can you, in your own ways, can you ask for assistance?
An augury. Can you cast the bones, Helirest? See if taking,
What are we asking about?
if taking these bones back to the camp is going to be a good or bad thing.
30 minutes. It's a 30-minute heads out. Just FYI.
I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing to do. I don't think it's going to give us any kind of an answer that we want.
And yeah, as I said, any answers I can give, I need to get my magic back.
Hellerast is wondering if the desecration of the altar has anything to do with what's going on.
It definitely
Like, are all these things being sent against that clan because they desecrated the altar? And everything that we're experiencing is actually something that, what's his face? Where did he go?
Lock.
Yeah, Greklork. That's something that he's doing because he's angry.
I mean, I think that's very possible and probably something along the lines of what happened, but none of us have the capabilities to.
No, but we might want to see if we can find somebody who can come back here and reconsecrate the altar.
I mean, the nearest somebody is the Orc tribe, or we go all the way to Almskirk.
I think we need to go back to the Orc tribe and ask them some pointed questions.
If there is still somebody to go back to.
Yes.
Around what time is it?
4 p.m.
So are we continuing the march in that direction, or are we resting here? What are we doing? We've already lost another day.
I'm just as confused as you are. I don't know what the right thing to do is.
Well, here. Let's go over what sent us out here. We came to the Skyfire. We saw that they had a bone maul stone. They have been on the receiving end of these violent assaults every night. We ventured out to find the source of this and went for a hunting party that disappeared the winter before. Why them? It's possible that what Hellerast said, if this is Eklork and their way of punishing the tribe for the hunting group's turn. But we didn't find anything else. We didn't find those who went missing. We didn't find Fen. There was no traces of them. There has to be either another site that we're missing.
But yes, that's what I'm saying. We are missing something, but we've exhausted everything right now, unless you have anything
We have
else.
no lead for now. We just can't go look around for another site to find. It's not.
There were no other trails that I could see, and I did it to the best of my ability. I can't.
And so did the bloody pup.
Yeah, and the bloody pup was the one who led us there.
Yeah.
I mean, and there isn't a better.
And I have the
investigator.
amethyst.
I hand it over to him.
I'm gonna walk over to the bloody pup
Okay.
and ask Tannen for the bloody pup to smell the amethyst if there is any sense it can pick up off of it. Maybe the
I mean-
amethyst was placed there. Maybe
Make
the
me
amethyst came from somewhere else.
make me a perception check for the bloody pup with advantage, please. $20. Pup gets a sort of good whiff of this piece of stone. Not as much the crystal, but the leather strap upon which it's sort of hung. Sort of sniffs air a little bit, sort of paces around where the group of you is just sort of settled in for the moment, and then indicates at the bag that Siegfried's carrying.
Heart.
Belonged to one of the
It came
hunters.
from them. All right, let's continue.
Wait. I also say, do you think that's what they use to fake the voices? That is a
It
type
could-
of illusion magic.
Yeah. Oh.
Did we want to focus on this while we rest up
I-
and see what it does?
Willem will pipe in that he'll offer to try to help with it.
It's risky, Willem, but if you're willing, I think it might help. And I hand it over to him.
Okay.
Also, these hearts must kind of be magical because they have no dent when I smashed them.
I was like, they were absolutely magical done, and it was the very first thing I did. I think you got hit in the head a little too hard.
Maybe I can try smash
I
it
literally
again. I don't
said,
know.
this is enchanted with necromantic magic, and I picked it up. You were staring right at me, Dunnan. Are you okay? I start holding. How many fingers am I holding up?
Oh no, we've been traveling in circles for the last 8 hours.
This is
Uh,
giving me a headache. I hate that.
Well, yeah,
And-
I'll just say my first goal is as soon as I get my magic back, I am going to try and dispel whatever's on this.
Okay.
But it's going
Okay.
to use a lot of my power, and if everything works right, I'll only be able to do it twice.
Okay, so then should we rest here?
I think so.
You have a couple hours until sunset, but
Yeah. I think we can at least keep walking towards the tribe and get as far in that direction as we can, and then rest while we have daylight.
Okay.
Because there's still quite a bit of ways.
Every time that the group stops along the way, Aeolus is just going to quietly ask in the same fashion and see if he can get a repeat or feels anything that he felt when he was underground.
underground with Willem or underground at the most recently? I need to specify because you had different feelings.
When he was at the altar
Okay.
and had the eye on him.
Noted. Okay. As you progress during the day, you continue to do so. Eventually, about half an hour before sunset, the group of you find a place to start making camp. You all settle in.
Can I check weather again?
Certainly. It's going to be sort of windy, maybe a little bit cloudy. It's not supposed to rain, though.
Okay. And yeah, I will just take last watch as usual.
Noted. So you'll settle in
We'll
for
take
your...
first watch.
Okay. You'll settle in for your watches before any of you really need to go to sleep. But, Aeolus. The sun drops behind the Cloudspine Mountains as you're sort of focusing and ruminating on this feeling that you get. Your vision goes dark again. Do you give any outward indication that something's changed?
I do not.
Okay. A moment later, the red eye appears distant to your vision. It's like seeing something 100 feet away. Difficult to get details on, and you see it sort of is looking. It's angled in one direction, reptilian, like. And you see it is scanning the area and focuses on you in this darkness. And you hear the voice. I've found you.
Aeolus is going to speak out the name Greklork. Does it seem like there's any shift or recognition?
You feel a shift. Not from the eye, but your body. And the rest of you feel this as well, as the warmth of your campfire is extinguished, snuffed out in an instant. And the environment, which should be a tepid, a little bit warm spring night, becomes inexorably cold. I'm going to need the group of you to roll into initiative, please. Erupting out of Siegfried's bag, 3 forms. Return us.
Is my vision still focused on that eye?
It is. You are currently blind.
All right. Cool, because there's something I want to do.
Ice is the charm.
Ah! It disappeared. Why did it add one of them twice? Okay, and we need Willem. Top of initiative, Siegfried. So Aeolus has uttered the word Greklork. And then you feel this expulsion from the freezing cold satchel that you've been carrying as it's torn asunder, and the hearts scatter, and these creatures reform, pulling bits of the environment all around you, the grasslands, into their bodies and reconstituting their forms. They don't seem to be totally together yet, but they are pulling bits of the environment closer to them with every moment. You are first act as you felt that bag sort of moving on your hip. What do you do?
Can I try and toss the bag away from our party?
The bag's already been torn asunder.
Okay.
Yeah, you felt it moving. That's why you sort of got the drop on this at this point. And you're moving first, but the bag has been torn asunder.
They aren't fully formed yet, are they?
They are in the process of forming.
Okay. But I see something going on with Aeolus, right?
Aeolus is just sort of staring at where the fire was. The fire has been winked out. It is now freezing cold here. Okay. You had a nice campfire that Willem was in the middle of cooking on.
Okay. 1 second. Sorry, I stepped away for a second.
Oh, good.
And I assume we didn't get a long rest.
You do not? No.
Oh, hell no.
I just tell someone snap Aeolus out of it. Something's happening to him.
Yeah, he's just sort of staring at the fire. He's not even reacted.
Yeah. I just tell Heli to check on him, and Siegfried is going to use the troll belt,
Okay.
and sorry, I have to read it.
So,
The Moss-Hide troll belt.
Dark skin.
Yep, I cast Bark Skin on myself.
okay, so your AC becomes 16.
Yep. And don't think I have any bonus actions. I'm just going to step back towards Aeolus.
And that is no concentration, so that is just going.
Yeah.
As you step back, you invoke 2 attacks of opportunity.
I'm gonna just
13 and 12 both miss you.
Yep.
All right. Anything else, Siegfried?
That is everything. I'm just trying to shake Aeolus awake right now.
Okay. Well, you've gotten over to him. Creature next to you, Dunnan, that's still sort of pulling rocks and bits to its form. Reaches out towards you with a half-formed claw and is going to try to swipe at you. 23 to hit you.
Yes.
10 points of slashing, reduced to 7, and 4 points of cold, not reduced. As it sort of passes through you, parts of its fingers sort of break apart as its claws through you. It's not able to actually physically lift you and grapple you quite yet, but it was close. That brings us to you, Dylan. I need a wisdom save, please.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
16, you're fine.
You know, I'm getting really fed up with those creatures. Bash at it.
Oh, no, you're not.
Nope.
Oh, no.
But I'm gonna use one of my channel divinities for that.
Okay. That's the plus 10, right?
The guiding strike, yeah, on the
Nice. Okay. So the 20.
on the first one.
Okay.
Does more damage.
All right. So that's going to be 13, 17, 18, 19 points of damage to the one to the south, correct?
Yes. That one.
A good heavy blow. You see parts of it sort of slough off, and it's still trying to pull bits together, but you definitely dealt more than it sort of tried to put back on itself. All right, that'll bring us to the next creature in the middle. As it walks forward, strides into space and approaches towards Willem and just sort of reaches out a claw towards him. Natural 1 to hit Willem. On brand. All right. Around to Hellarest. You are not currently within any of their auras, Hellarest. You can act normally before you have to, and you don't have to make a save.
You are muted.
Dunnan, did you want the pup to do anything, by the way?
Sorry. What?
Did you want the pup to do anything?
Well, attack my guy, I guess.
Sure. Yep, can't change the past. Alright, Hellarest, what will it be?
Guiding bolt at the one near Dunnan.
Okay, go for it.
So the southern one. I'm just going to do a level 1 this time.
Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, 24 points of damage. Jeez. Absolutely brutal. Its parts of its form are just shattered. Two of its arms just go spinning backwards and fall apart into their constituent parts. It is still standing, but just barely.
Nice.
God.
And again, I'll just pop Corin out.
Okay, sounds good. Now, when you click and drag Corin onto the map, does it not drag her out?
It doesn't drag her out. Nothing happens.
That's very strange. You should be able to.
And I tried
I
right
know.
click, left click.
My
Shift
players
click.
always have trouble with Apple computers and Roll20.
Oh, it's because
Yeah,
it's an apple. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, as I said in my comment, fucking Apple.
Got it. Okay. So, well, there's Corin out for you.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem. And that'll then bring us to Willem, who's currently very occupied. Willem's going to cast Misty Step and be less occupied. And be way the hell over here. And then Grasp the Void. On Dunnan's one. It's a dex save. Fails, and 7 points of necrotic damage. It's actually sufficient. It had 7 left. As the guiding bolt smacks into it, 2 of the arms go flying, and then shadowy tethers just loop up out of the grassland and pull the rest of the constituent parts away from it. That one is gone. Around Aeolus.
Aeolus is going to reach out towards the eye.
Okay. You reach. You don't even see your own hand in front of your face.
Okay.
Unless you see
I'm going-
Aeolus reaching towards nothing.
And I'm going to think of a name that we've heard in the past. And think Vocalist. And see if it reacts as I try to...
Okay.
I want to try to draw it towards me.
Roll a d20, please. Just a d20 roll. Oh my god.
What is happening? Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
It's like every time we go into initiative, suddenly the
So
20...
many crits. So many. Never seen this. All right.
This is like the 8th one, isn't it?
More, probably. And none of them for my monsters.
We have
As-
our hand in the cookie jar.
As you reach out, you feel the smallest degree of kinship with the thoughts running through your mind, Aeolus. Just barely. Like 2 sides of the same coin. That's it. Nothing else. You're still blind.
Okay.
Alright. On to the other thing. Okay, saying the 5 is the north one. Because apparently my initiative is tracking 2 for the same. There we go. Okay. It is going to reach out towards Aeolus, who is blind, so it has advantage. Yeah.
Should I have rolled a wisdom save?
Yes, please. You are fine, Aeolus. You do not have a burning hunger in your gut. But the crits have come back. It got a natural 20 to hit you.
Whoa.
It did have advantage, so that helps. That is 13 points of slashing and 9 points of cold. 22 total. You are not grappled, though. It has not gained enough constituency to be able to grapple you as of yet. Around to Dunnan. Oh, sorry, around a Siegfried. My apologies. Siegfried, you are not with. You are within Nora. I need a wisdom save.
Cool.
You're good.
I am going to. Seeing Aeolus get grabbed, Siegfried is going to wild shape into Apefried.
Okay, go for it. I'm gonna move your token top. Well, Aeolus is not grabbed. He's just clawed. He's not,
Okay, yeah,
He's
yeah.
not
Sorry,
grappled.
that's fine. I'm just going to become Apefried, and this time Apefried looks different because he has bark skin going.
Nice. And is the ape large or huge?
I don't think so. It says medium beast.
Medium beast. Okay.
Yeah.
So no, not large. I'm thinking
That'd
the
be
giant
awesome.
ape probably. Yeah.
But I am just going to step in front of Aeolus, and that is everything I have right now because that was my action.
Okay. Awesome. That'll bring us then around to Dunnan. Dunnan, wisdom save. You and the pup.
Also, I don't have vision with Apefried. I only have vision through Siegfried.
I'm adjusting the vision now. Dunnan and the pup, you are both fine. No exhaustion. You should be able to see through that now.
Do I see Aeolus?
Yeah, you see
Like
Aeolus.
reaching up.
Yeah, he's just reaching out
Oh.
into nothing.
Aeolus! It's a little wrong time for a daydream. And what? Damn it! Why I'm rolling so shit?
You guys spent all your good rolls.
There you
God
go.
There
damn
you
it!
go.
As soon as I say it. As soon as I say it.
You jinxed it. That's
I
what you
know.
get.
I saw the pluses come up. I was like, oh god, it's a crit again.
How many smites left?
Ta-da.
Of course you do. All right. 13,
Last
18,
one.
24, 16, 40 points of damage. As Basher crashes into this thing, you see it barely being able to hold itself together. You take a huge chunk out of it, the middle of its torso. You can see the edge of the heart that's sort of in the center of this thing's sort of upper chest, up near the base of the neck, in a strange position, anatomically. But you can just see a piece of it before more bits of fur and grass and bark are sort of starting to recover it. Anything else done?
Not for me.
All right,
The
pup.
pup.
All right, where's the pup going? All right. 8 does not hit.
Nope.
Try it. It sort of grabs on, and pup's just sort of holding onto a stick and thinks he's doing a good job.
Boy.
Look, Dad,
pup
help
Better
it.
luck next time.
All right. The creature. You can see it gains more bark and stick during its round. There we go. And now we'll make a claw attack on you, Dunnan. 18 to hit you.
You always hit the mark. Yes.
Could have been worse. It is 7 points of slashing after your reduction and 4 points of cold, so 11 total. Very low damage.
Okay, so.
And it currently only has the one attack. That brings us around to Hellerast. It is going to sort of move, adjust its position slightly, but you can go ahead, Hellerast.
Okay. Corin gonna attack. Set Corin on the one to the south and west,
Okay.
and I think she's close enough to be able to get to it.
Yeah, easily enough.
Your spirit strike.
Yeah, 23 definitely hits. Another 6 points of force. That thing it's trying as hard as it can to sort of pick up more of these roots and lichens and mosses and anything to rebuild its form.
And then she's going to go ahead and the one to the north. by Siegfried and Aeolus, and I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a guiding bolt at level 1.
All right. 19 points of radiant.
That's a good one.
That's still fantastic. Jeez. And that one is now glowing to the north by Apefried.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, Hellerast?
That's it. Staying out of hungry range.
All right. Willem will go. He is aware of what their weakness is, so he is going to spend a second level spell slot for Scorching Ray. 1 ray at Dunnan's, and then 2 at the northern one. So we're going to do the northern one first, because he has advantage. Almost a crit. Second northern one, of course.
There you go.
And
Unreal.
the southern
I can't
one.
believe it.
The southern one misses. God damn.
What is going on?
Okay, so 2 hits in the north. 8 points. Doubled 16.
I feel like there must be some like mice going around the
Man.
whole server.
It
Right?
defies any statistics.
It's
Imagine-
ridiculous. It's
How many ones did we have? I don't know.
ridiculous.
2?
There's been like 2, and one of them was one, or no, there's been 3 natural ones, and one of them was my monsters. All right, so that's 8 and 13 is 21, 42 points of damage. So as you illuminated this thing, Willem just annihilates it with fire and totally destroys its form. As we come around to Aeolus. Had 31 points left, but
Too bad.
Aeolus is going to speak.
you've heard nothing, by the way, Aeolus.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue to try to
It's cold.
connect with it. I will say Fen's name and will ask, "Where's Fen? Where are the others?"
Make me a what stat do you use for your horror saves?
Intelligence.
Okay. What bonus do you have?
-1.
Okay, you fail. Increase your bonus by +1 to 0.
Okay.
And you are shaken. Or let me roll. You are shaken for the next 13 rounds.
Okay.
As you try to coerce information from whatever this entity is, you feel this existential dread sort of set into you. This thing feels unfriendly to you. It feels... You feel like an ant underneath a magnifying glass. And the sun's not quite in focus yet, but you can feel it coming. Alright, that brings us to Siegfried.
Yeah, Siegfried is just going to knock on his chest a few times and do like a gorilla roar and run forward. And could I kind of scramble around this?
Sure.
Just kind of moving
Yeah.
on all fours with the ape.
Yeah, the map's loosey-goosey. Go for it.
Yeah. And I am just going to do 2 ape fist attacks on him.
Go for fists.
Yep.
With the advantage for the flank, the first one does hit for 7 points.
Okay.
The second one does not, however.
Yep. And that is my turn.
Okay.
I'm just going to try and just be as loud and noisy as I can. That's
Got it. That brings us to Dunnan.
I'll try to finish that one off.
Make it. You have an attack with advantage.
Oh, nice.
Alright, 23 does hit. That is 6, 11, 12, 13 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Oh man. He's getting aggravated with these things. Huh? Now, fucking stay dead and bashes and bashes and bashes.
Uh,
Until there's only the heart left, I guess.
one by one, these things are dispatched. As the last one falls, Aeolus, your senses return to you. Your companions are in different places than they were less than a minute ago. There's a monkey. You're not sure what happened.
A monkey with tree bark on its skin.
Yeah.
Did you have a nice dream, Aeolus? Huh? What the fuck was that? We were attacked by those creatures again.
Siegfried says the same thing,
What?
except in Apish, right after Dunnan says it.
Are the hearts on the ground?
Glance around.
Yeah.
They are now, yeah.
Sure.
Aeolus is going to just not say a word. He's going to grab the hearts. He's going to wrap them up into his coat.
Okay. They're cold. They're not quite as cold as they were when they were damaging Siegfried. But they're cold. Very cold.
Siegfried will just come out of wild shape and say, we can't take these back to the camp.
No.
I don't think we'll be able to rest while we have them. So,
We can't leave them either.
no. But
You saw something.
yeah. And Aeolus is going to take the hearts and he's going to walk away from the group. Rest up. I'll see you in the morning.
Alright?
You crazy?
Crazy like a fox. And then Siegfried goes back to help tending the fire. If this works, he's the only one who will be exhausted tomorrow.
We are fine with that.
That's the plan.
When he's as brittle as they come.
That means he's used to it. Siegfried laughs, and then he starts eating. And he's like, I need sleep. I need my magic
oh boy.
back. Siegfried just curls up next to Willem, and
Willem will swat your hand because the food's not ready for the next 40 minutes.
damn it, Willem.
Will, is there still some rum left? I need something strong now.
We gave the rum to the orcs.
No, we give the ale to the orcs, not the
You give
rum.
the ale,
What
not
did
the
we
rum.
I gotta fix that.
Oh boy, don't give me a heart attack. Life is hard as it is.
And I'm sorry, guys. I have to hop off. We're about to start a drive, so I'll see everyone next week.
See you
Okay.
next week.
Good night, everyone.
Well, as you all
Bye bye.
settle in for the rest, how about we pick up there next session?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right. We'll see how it goes for you guys.